Hey, how's it going guys? Welcome back, and this is a really simple and quick video on how we're just going to add shadows to the bottom of our player's feet and also for our enemies. So all we need to do is we're just going to insert a sprite, so insert new object, sprite, and then inside of here we just want to add our shadow object. So I've created this shadow object right here. As you can see, it just fades out here. So I'm sure you could find something like this online. Alternatively, what you could do is you could just simply drag out a circle and just go down to the alpha, so set a dark color and then just set the alpha to something like 100. And that'll still be semi-transparent, and it could look something like that. We'll rename this to player shadow, so we'll say player. And then all we need to do is we need to add a pin behavior, so go to the left, behaviors, pin. We can enable destroy with pinned object, and then all now we need to do is we just need to scale this out and just make it fit the character. So this will just depend on how big your character is, and then all you have to do is just line this up so it matches. So I'll place mine something like this maybe. And I'm going to make sure we put this on the environment layer, so it's behind the character. And then that's that for that. So once you're happy with, you might need to reposition it and things like that, but let's test this. So all you need to do is go back to the event sheet, and then on our on start of layout event, we just want to add an action, and we want to say shadow, player shadow, and then we want to pin. So it's a pin to object, and then we're going to say player collision, and then we just want to disable angle. So we just want to keep the position, but not the angle. I'm going to drag this up so it's next to the other pinned objects, and it should be as simple as that for the player shadow. So as you can see now, when I move around, our character's got a nice little shadow, like so. Alright, so next let's do the same thing for the enemies. So all we've got to do is we can right click this, clone object type. I'll rename this to enemy shadow, and I'm going to use this enemy here to get a reference, so we don't need this to be as large. So we can make this a little smaller, like this. Okay, so next we can head over to our spawn enemies section, and depending on whether you have a family or not, so if you had a family, you'd just, use your family's event. For this example, I've just been using one enemy, so we'll say enemy tomato. So we'll get our enemy. In this example, it's a tomato enemy. And we could just say on created. So in here, you'd say on family created or on enemy created. And then we just want to say, so we'll say enemy shadow. And then inside of here, we want to add an action. We want to say system, create object. And then we want to spawn the enemy shadow. We want to make sure this is on the environment layer, and then we just set this, so once again, you'd set this to either the enemy's family, or in this case, it'd be enemy tomato.x, and it'd be the same for the .y. And then also what I will do is, then I'd also do a plus and plus 30, so it just comes down a little more, and it's more centered to the actual sprite. And then lastly, we just need to pin this, so we'd say enemy shadow, pin to object, and we'd just pin it to the enemy. We disable the angle again, just like the player. Alright, so that's it for this one, guys. It's just a quick visual element I just wanted to show you. It adds some bit more depth to this video. And you can use that similar system, so even when you shoot your bullets and things like that, you could even add a little shadow on the floor. Things like that. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys.